Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Caitlin Clark went off. 24 points, 19 assists, 6 rebounds against the Dallas Wings. However, it came in a loss. And I know what you guys are asking. Caitlin, 24 points, 19 assists. The Dallas Wings score 101 points. How the hell did the Indiana Fever lose this game? How the hell did the Dallas Wings score 101 points? Well, folks, I am directing the blame strictly on 3 individuals. Lexi Hull, Christie Sides, and Katie Lou Samuelson. Where is Lexi Hull? Folks, seems like she showed up physically, but did she play today? Did Lexi Hull make an impact on the game today? Knows the answer. What about Katie Lou? Did Katie Lou make an impact on the game today? Knows the answer. Folks, if you have been hanging around with the channel, you remember early in the season, first 5-6 games, started out rough. Lexi Hull, Katie Lou, I was on them pretty harsh. I was ready to get rid of both of them. Lexi Hull, Katie Lou, I wanted them all off the Indiana Fever. I wanted nothing to do with them, but then they started growing on me. Then I started seeing how they play with Caitlin Clark. I started seeing how they help space the floor, bring energy, and then Katie Lou gets inserted in the starting lineup after getting a rise in minutes. Then we start the Where is Lexi Hull campaign. We start that. Then we see Lexi Hull in the starting lineup. Lexi Hull is getting starting minutes. I'm not going to turn my back on those two. I will not. I've already came so far from trashing them early in the season to big upping them to hoping that they're both in the starting lineup. Today was a very bad game. And yes, the Indiana Fever lost because of you guys. The Indiana Fever lost because of these 3. Lexi Hull and Katie Lou could not make a shot. And of course, if we're talking about the Indiana Fever, we're talking Christie Sides. We're talking about the abomination that is a Christie Sides defense. Folks, this is where Christie Sides made her bones. If you don't recall, if you don't remember, if you weren't paying attention, if you didn't give a shit, Christie Sides is known as a defensive coach, defensive assistant. That is her specialty. So when the Indiana Fever give up 101 points, yes, we can point blame at players. Yes, we can do all of that. But it comes to a point where if this is your specialty, the team should not be looking this inept on that side of the ball. If Mike D'Antoni is coaching the Houston Rockets and they fail to score more than 85 points, guess what, Mike D'Antoni? You deserve to be fired. If Mike D'Antoni is the coach of the Phoenix Suns with Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, and they're running an offense 7 seconds or less, if they score less than 90 points, guess what, Mike D'Antoni? You need to be fired. Why? Because you are an offensive specialist coach. So Christie Sides has been put in front of us with the facade of a defensive-minded, defensive-oriented coach. Yet at every turn, I'm seeing Jewel Lloyd go off. I'm seeing Ariel Atkins go off. I'm seeing Arike Ogunbowale go off. I'm seeing Sims go off. I'm seeing everybody go off against the Indiana Fever and this Christie Sides defense. Christie, what's going on with this defense? What do you guys do in your off days to, I don't know, offer resistance to the opposing team? Not much, I'm sure. Folks, Caitlin Clark, 24 points, 19 assists, 6 rebounds. Couldn't do much more herself. She shot 2 for 9, not a great shooting day from the outside. She had a bad turnover late in the game, I will admit. But all in all, Caitlin Clark played an outstanding game. Got to the rack at will, got in the paint at will, dropped it off to Aaliyah Boston, who had a fucking outstanding game. 28 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks. Kelsey Mitchell was picking her spots. I'm not going to go after you, Kelsey. I think you were just picking your spots today. You didn't get the ball in certain situations where I thought you would have. There were a couple times where Caitlin Clark gave the ball to Lexi Mitchell, to Lexi Hull on a corner 3 where it definitely should have gone to Kelsey Mitchell. There were a few times where I thought to myself, you know what, Kelsey Mitchell should have gotten that pass, not Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull hasn't been making anything today. Lexi Hull hasn't been able to make a damn thing today. Folks, Caitlin Clark had 19 assists. That's for another screen. If Lexi Hull and Katie Lou Samuelson made half of the shots they attempted, Caitlin Clark would have had an easy 20-20 game. Katie Lou Samuelson, 1 for 6. Lexi Hull, 2 for 6. You're never going to win a game like that. When the two of them are going a combined 2 for 10 from the three-point line, you are never going to win a game like that. Do I want Katie Lou Samuelson to be taken out of the starting lineup? No. Have I completely lost faith in Lexi Hull shooting a three, playing defense? No. But I got to call a spade a spade. And after tonight's game, the blame solely rests on these three individuals. Solely on these three individuals. Lexi Hull, you need to make a shot, dude. You need to make a corner three, especially when they're as wide open as they've been. You need to spend this entire break shooting corner threes. Partner up with Gilbert Arenas, use the free gym that he has, and just sit with his shooting machine and just get off 25,000 threes. Yeah, I watched the Doug Gottlieb show. Do something about it. Lexi Hull and Katie Lou need to take this 4-week break and do nothing but shoot spot-up threes, because we can't have them continue to be an abomination from the three-point line like this. Folks, I thought we were getting 40% three-point shooters with Lexi Hull and Katie Lou. That's what I thought we were getting. I feel like we've been getting 25% lately, 30% lately. That's not what I signed up for. That's not what I signed up for. And that's why, as much as Kelsey Mitchell might get you guys frustrated, we can't let Kelsey Mitchell go. She's the only other person that can create for themselves besides Caitlin Clark. And nights like Lexi Hull and Katie Lou, 2 for 10, Kelsey Mitchell's needed. But if we're talking iced out, Kelsey Mitchell should have gotten the ball at certain times where she didn't. So on the offensive side of the ball, the blame is going on Lexi Hull and Katie Lou. But defensively, Christie Sides, I'll say it once and I'll say it again. How many times does this team need to give up run after run after run on the defensive end before we try something different? Before we switch up the matchups? Can we go to a zone? Can we do something to confuse the other team? The fact that the Dallas Wings, the last team in the WNBA right now with the worst record, scored 101 points against the Indiana Fever is not okay. Folks, I'm going to go champion Caitlin Clark breaking all the records tomorrow morning. Stay tuned, 10 a.m. I got y'all. But right now, I got to tell you why they lost. And they lost because they can't hit their wide open shots. They lost because they can't hit their spot up shots. And unfortunately, I don't have the picture. NaLyssa Smith. Can you use your left hand? Do you know how to utilize your left hand? Or can you only shoot with your right? Every time you get the ball on the left side of the rim, you always turn and you switch hands with the ball and you shoot to your right hand side every single time. That must have gotten you blocked at least twice tonight. Your defense was abysmal tonight. Move your feet, shuffle, slide, defensive slide. I don't think you're the reason why we lost. In fact, your game wasn't really noticeable tonight at all. It was the Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston show, and it seemed like everybody just came to collect a paycheck. Damaris Dantas played well off the bench. Why didn't we get more of her? That's the thing. Katie Lou, Lexi Hull, clearly not making their shots. Why can't we adjust? Christie Size refuses to adjust. I know Damaris Dantas will stretch the floor. I know we only put her in to begin with because Aaliyah Boston found herself in foul trouble. But why can't we have Dantas and Boston? Let's really stretch the floor. Dantas, Boston, Katie Lou, K. Mitch, C. Clark. Let's stretch the floor and let's see how that rocks. But Christie Side doesn't make adjustments. If Katie Lou and Lexi Hull don't have it tonight on the offensive end or the defensive end because they didn't give you anything on either side of the ball, yeah, Lexi Hull had a late play steal. Okay, and? Okay, so? We need to make in-game adjustments, Christie. There needs to be in-game adjustments. Damaris Dant is 3 for 4. 6 points off the bench today. Something needs to happen with this Indiana Fever team. Defensively, they got to step it up. And again, defensively, that's Christie Sides' fault. And offensively, Lexi Hall and Katie Lou completely dropped the ball today. That is why the Fever lost. That is why Caitlin Clark's 24-point, 19-assist game, instead of that being the first thing I'm coming here talking to you about, now that needs to wait for the morning. Instead of me championing Aaliyah Boston, 28 points, 8 rebounds, the fact that Lexi Hall and Katie Lou couldn't make an open three-pointer, the fact that Christie Sides can't put together a defense that can slow down the opposition's best team continues to let the Indiana Fever down. I've said it once and I'll say it again. The games the Indiana Fever win are in spite of Christie Sides, not because of Christie Sides. Do I want Lexi Holt to get less playing time? No. I want her to make her open shots. Do I want Katie Lou to be taken out of the starting lineup? No. I want her to make her open shots. Do I want Christie Sides to be fired? You're damn fucking right I do. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast. We're calling a spade a spade. I appreciate all of the support. Seriously, guys. Oh, man. The comment section, the chat in the venue today was amazing. You guys in the chat crushed it today in the venue. Wire finally found his way. Wire, welcome to the venue. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And everybody else who came out to the venue for the first time, I hope you all enjoyed yourself as well. We will be back. All-Star game. Break's coming up, but we're still here. This is Ben Daniel Podcast. We're calling a spade a spade. There are plenty of spades to be called in this landscape. Trust me. You guys all enjoy your day. Take it easy.